Hello, welcome to our unique learning system math lesson. My name is Charlotte Lucas. I am an autism low incidence mentor teacher with Richmond Public Schools, and I am delighted to be able to work with you today. Our math lesson today is part 2 of a 2-part unit on positive and negative numbers. We're going to look at some vocabulary. We're going to demonstrate positive and negative numbers on a number line, and we're going to practice adding positive and negative numbers. We have a lot to do, so let's get to work. All right, let's see. We're going to do some vocabulary first. All right, let me make this a little bit bigger so that I can see it. All right, let's see. First of all, we have our number line. And if you notice, this numbers line is a little bit different. It's divided into 2 parts. You have a blue side and a red side. On the blue side here are your positive numbers, and on this side are your negative numbers. What separates them is the number 0. All right, so 0 is the middle of all numbers, okay? 0 has no value. All negative numbers are to the left of the 0, and all positive numbers are to the right of the 0. All right, numbers that are equal distance from 0 are opposites. For example, -4 and +4 are opposites. So let's start at -4. And if we add a positive 4, we would have to go to the right to get a positive 4. Let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 0. And if we have a 4, how many units is that away from 0? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, numbers that are equal distance from 0 are opposites. So there's an equal distance from here to 0 and an equal distance from there to 0. They are opposites, okay? Adding positive numbers will always equal 0. For example, a +0 plus a -0 will equal 0. So a +0 and a a +4, and if you add a -4, you have to go to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to get 0, okay? The same with if you started with a -4 and added a +4. If you're on a -4 and you add a +4, you're going to get 0. Let's see it happen. 1, 2, 3, 4. The answer is 0. All right, adding opposite numbers will always equal 0. Positive and negative numbers describe opposite relationships. Positive is opposite of negative. Up is opposite of down. Above is opposite of below. How much you have is opposite of how much you owe. This information is important as we read our word problems, because if you know you have the word below, you know it's going to be negative. If you have the word how much you have, what you have, that's going to be positive. But if you owe someone, that's going to be negative. That's important for the language that we're going to be using. Let's do some practice. Let's practice doing this. We did this before. This is part 2. So let's do this again. And we're going to have to make me smaller and make the number line a little bit bigger so I can see it and make sure that you see it and we understand what's going on. All right, so it's a word problem. Let's read what it says. Mary Beth is removing rocks from the school flower garden. She removes 4 rocks. Okay, so if she removes 4 rocks, okay, we have to see if we can. This doesn't want, I'm using the wrong dot. How about that? So we have our positive 4. And that's going to be the number 4. If this system works with me, 4, okay? She removed them. That means she has them. Okay. All right. Now, Ryan borrowed 5 shovels from Randy. He owes Randy 5 shovels. There's that language we were talking about. So, if he owes someone, that's going to be a negative. So, he owes Randy 5 shovels. So, we're going to go to a -5, and we will represent that as -5. Excellent. The language will guide us as to whether the number we're representing is negative or positive. Your answer has to be answered as a negative number or a positive number. If you don't use the correct language, you'll get the problem wrong. So we want to make sure that we get that right every time. Let's go to the next one. It's a word problem. Mary Beth is cleaning the garden shed. The temperature today is 10 degrees above zero. 10 degrees above zero. So that would be negative or positive. If it's above zero, that would be a positive. So it's 10 degrees above zero. We would move that to 10 degrees, and that's going to be a positive 10. That's a positive number. The word was above. You said the temperature was above zero. That means that it's a positive number. Let's read the next one. Ryan is stacking bags of soil in the greenhouse. The temperature today is a -6 degrees. Okay, so if it's a -6 degrees, we have to go move our dot to the negative number. Oh, and how about if we move it to a -6? That's how come I need to have this bigger because I cannot see. All right, so that's a -6 degrees. And we have to represent it as -6. Very good. We have to represent the number as a negative or a positive. If you answer with just the temperature is 10, no, that would be the wrong answer. Positive 10, not just 6, but -6 degrees. Excellent. Let's move on to the next one. Now we want to start adding numbers. And that sounds, we've done this before. It sounds a little bit hard, but you just have to remember what language we're using, and we have to remember what direction we're going in. Anytime you're adding, no matter where you are on the number line, if you're adding something, if it's a positive number, you're going to go to the right. If you're adding a negative number, you're going to go to the left. You just have to remember which direction. Keep that number line in your mind. Now, this number line is a little bit busy. I want to move us to a different number line, but let's get the examples first. We have a -4 plus a +4. Let me see if I can do that here. If we have a -4 plus a +4. So our -4 is right here, and we want to add a +4. Add a +4. So if I add a +4, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. And the answer will be 0. Let's see if we got the right answer. Yes, the answer will be 0. Very good. So now the next example is -2 plus a -3. Let's see if we can do that on our number line. -2 plus a -3. -2, we will start with the -2, and then we're going to add a -3. We're going to add a -3. So if we're adding negatives, 1, 2, 3, and we get as our answer -5. Okay, so let's see if we got the correct answer there. Yes, we did. We're going to get a -5. Let's try another one just for practice, just to see if we have it in our minds correctly. So make sure we're going the right directions. A positive 6 plus a negative 8. Positive 6 plus a negative 8. So let's start at positive 6. And we want to add a negative 8. And if we have a negative number, negative numbers have to go to the left. And we're going to move 8 units to the left. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Positive 6 plus a negative 8 is a negative 2. All right. This helps us to see a little bit more clearly what's going on when we keep our number line in mind. Okay. All right. Let's try another. Let's try another one. I'm gonna move this down so I can read it and make it a little bit bigger so I can see it. How about that? Let's see how that does us. All right. Mary Beth is filling pots with soil in the school flower garden. She has 7 pots. She owes Ryan 6 pots. She has 7 pots. Okay, so if she has 7, we know that we're going to start with a positive 7. Okay, now she owes Ryan 6 pots. Okay, if she gives Ryan the pot she owes him, how many will she have left? So if she owes, remember that word is the opposite of what we have. So that would be a negative. And we're going to move in the negative direction. The negative direction is to the left from our 7. And how many times are we going to move? 6 times. Let's get our numbers in. All right. So the first number, how many pots does Mary Beth have? Let's see. She has a positive 7 pots, right? And she owes Ryan how many pots? 6 pots. If she owes him, then what symbol are we going to use? What is our operation? It's going to be the negative. She's going to owe him 6. All right, so now we have our dot on the positive 7, and we're going to move in the negative direction 6 times. I love these little loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see. Positive 7 plus a negative 6. Positive 7, and if it's a negative number, we're going to move to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we get 1. No, we don't. If I just put 1 there, I'm not going to be correct. I have to have what symbol there? What is that? Still a negative or a positive? We have to put in that it's a positive 1. All right, that was good. That was good. Let's try another one. All right, Ryan owes Randy 3 seeds. Randy owes Mary Beth 4 seeds. How many seeds does Ryan owe altogether? So he owes Randy 3 seeds and he owes Mary Beth 4 seeds. If he owes someone, excuse me, that's the opposite of what you have. So that's going to be positive or negative. That's going to be a negative. So if he owes Ryan, I'm sorry, Randy owes Ryan owes Randy 3 seeds. Okay. How many seeds does Ryan owe Mary Beth? He owes Mary Beth 4 seeds. And if he owes it, the symbol that we're going to use is our negative symbol, and it's 4. So our problem will read -3 plus a -4. So we're going to put our dot. Where are we going to start? We're going to start on -3. Okay. Start on -3. And we're going to add a -4. And if we're adding a negative number, we have to go to the left. Am I right? That's right. Let's give it a try. How many times? We're going to move 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, -3 plus a -4. Start at the -3, move to the left in the negative direction 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we get a -7. If we don't put that negative in there, we will not have it right. -7. When we get that green box, we know we did it right. All right, we need to have a test. I think that we should have a test for this because you've gotten pretty good at this. I believe that you would be able to add any of these because so long as you know that if you're adding positives, you're going to the right. If you're adding negatives, you're going to the left. You know that your number line has the 0 in the middle. You have to remember to put that 0 because if you don't do that, your numbers are not going to equal. Let's read what the next problem has. It says Mary Beth is planting flowers in the greenhouse. When Mary Beth started planting seeds, the temperature was a -8 degrees. By noon, it went up 10 degrees. What is the temperature at noon? Okay, let's see if we can figure this out. Okay, what was the temperature when Mary Beth started? When Mary Beth started, the temperature was a -8 degrees. So let's put our negative sign in 8. -8 degrees. How much did the temperature go up? The temperature went up. That means it's positive. It went up. Let's get our positive symbol in. Up 10 degrees. It went up 10 degrees. All right. So we started at a -8. We always start where the first number is, and that's a -8. So let's start at our -8. Here is our 0. We move to the -8 to the left. That's our -8. And we want to add a positive 10. A positive number means that we're going to be going to the right. Anytime you're adding a positive number, you go to the right, and we must move 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. We have a -8. We started with the -8 here, the red dot, and we had to move to a +10. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And our answer would be the temperature at noon would be a positive. Remember, we have to put that symbol in there. +2. Excellent. We got it right, guys and girls. I think we're becoming experts at this. Let's do this last one. I'm going to see. This one is not bad. Okay, let's read what it says. Ryan owes Mary Beth 9 pots. Owes. Remember that what that means. If that word owes is in there, what symbol are we going to use? A negative or positive? Negative. Excellent. Ryan owes Mary Beth 9 pots. He gives her 4. How many pots does he still owe Mary Beth? All right. So he owes Mary Beth 9 pots. So if he owes, that means that's a negative, and it would be 9. Okay. How many pots does Ryan give Mary Beth? He owes her a -9, but he gives her, that means she has. So he gives her, that would be a positive. How many? A +4. +4. All right. How many pots did Ryan owe Mary Beth? He owes her 9. That would be a -9. How many pot does Ryan give Mary Beth? Something that she has, he gave it to her. That would be a +4. So the first thing that we do to solve our problem, we put the dot on the first number, which is a -9. Okay? And then we're going to add a +4. If we're adding, we're going to the right. So let's add 4, a +4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. A -9, add a +4. -9 add a +4. 1, 2, 3, 4 gives us a negative. See, here's the 0. This is a -5. So let's put our symbol in for our answer. -5. All right, guys and girls. I think we have done a wonderful job with negative and positive numbers. The next time we do negative and positive numbers, we're going to add another dimension to it to take you to the next level. You've done a great job. Thank you so much for working with me. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye now.